now. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for catching up. Those of you in the chat, thanks for hanging out. We are addressing, for the second time, Dishonored. Last time that we played, let's see. We made it out of the prison. We slipped our way through the sewers and got to whatever the hell this place is called, the Pits something, Pits Hound pub. We met a guy named Piero, who I guessed at the time, and found out later by looking on the internet that he is voiced by Brad Dourif. I am a voice acting guessing champion somehow. Also, I'm going to turn up the gamma a little bit. It's still kind of dark. How's that? Hound Pits Pub. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie. Alright, that's a little bit better, I hope. We slept. We talked to Piero. I don't know if we have a mission right now. Do we have a mission? No task for the moment. Whoops. Gotta get used to the keys again. Something's not right. Something's not right? What the fuck? Something is not right. We're in Half-Life all of a sudden. We've transported to Zen. The hell? Strange gravity.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void.
Who the fuck are you?
I am the outsider, and this is my mark.
It is the G-Man.
There are forces in the world and beyond the world.
Ow.
Forces that we call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power. My gift to you.
They're introducing a new mechanic to the game now? Power. Blink. Press right click to execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. You can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold right click to target your destination with precision. A blue sphere indicates that you should reach your destination. A blue arrow indicates that you will climb up when you reach your destination. Okay. Oh no, you're bringing me back here? To remember this? Damn you, whatever your name was, G-Man. Fallen Letter. You cannot save her, 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 you cannot save her. Press T to drink a mana potion. Okay, I guess I don't need one right now, though. Oh, I see. It uses mana to do that. This is not something I was expecting. I was not expecting sudden magic in this world. Hang on a minute. Is this Pendleton? The Pendleton dude? That looks a lot like that Pendleton dude that I met in the pub. Of course, so does that. I know who that is. Whale. Crab. Presumably the Empress? Vampire guy. Who I presume is the Lord Regent, right? Sorry guys, I haven't been following the chat at all. I've been really engrossed here. Yeah, I don't... The magic thing isn't awful, but it's just, it doesn't fit. This seems, maybe it would make more sense if I had played straight through from the last stream to this, but this seems complete. Oh, there's a fucking whale. This seems completely out of left field to me. We haven't heard anybody in the game talk about like magical shit, and now all of a sudden there's magical shit. It just seems weird. What in the hell are those things? Are these things? Docks, Holger Square. Is that a clue? To blink, use climb, aim, power at the edge of a roof. Okay. It looks freaking awesome. Oops! Oh shit. I think you said I could do something with him if I pressed F and I accidentally ran into him like a nincompoop.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great.
War of the World Tripods. They looked like that for sure.
Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name.
Who are you? How do you
These
figure into
runes
this
will
world?
grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hand.
Sweet.
With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
The heart. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune. It beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press right-click while targeting a person or location. Okay. This game is getting weird. Like, trippy.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
I'm stuck. I think I probably have to go in there, but first I just want to look around. Okay. I don't know what any of this shit means. This is weird as hell. Quick access wheel and equip blink. It's going crazy! Use the heart, Luke. Okay. Runes and acquiring powers. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the powers section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Okay. You can't acquire those. I have to unlock this first. Dark Vision. Mana consumption very low. Cost 1 rune. You have 1 rune. Oh, wait a minute. Cost 3. Okay, so that costs more than 1 rune. I could save this rune, but let's just unlock this. Level 1. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds that you make are also visible. That is useful. Dark Vision. Press right click to see in the dark and to reveal living beings through solid walls. You can also see their fields of view, as well as a visual representation of the sounds you make. Level 2 shows you important items through walls like security devices, weapons, ammo, coins, keys, or traps. Yeah, this is awesome, but this shit came out of left field.
What I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Watching my career with great interest. I feel like Anakin Skywalker. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar. We already read that. Now I'm waking up. Mission clues updated. Pierrot is an inventor who is available to craft and upgrade equipment. Samuel the Boatman has smuggled you across the river from Coldridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of the Lord Regent and has brought you to meet members of the organization. Yes, we knew that. Rune or bone charm nearby. Equip the heart. Heart. Where's my heart? There's my heart. This game's fucking weird, and I like it. Bone charms. Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening for the song they emit. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once. In the bone charms section of the journal. I have that section already there, huh? My God, this place is fucking loaded with them. Another rune is available too. Okay. Rumors and sightings, Daoud. Excerpt from an overseer's covert field report. Getting Clive Barker's Undying vibes. I have never seen Undying. Yeah, Publican, I don't know. Okay, so this I played for about an hour and a half last time, right? And this weird god guy shows up at the beginning of the next stream and he's like, I am here to give you some magic abilities that nobody else in this game has mentioned or you've never heard talk of. That's fine. I'll go with that. I don't have a problem with that. It seems odd that they didn't provide any kind of clues earlier on. Like usually, I don't know, like you think about like Skyrim, for example. I don't know why I'm picking Skyrim, but within like the first hour of playing Skyrim, you've probably heard somebody talk about like mages in a burial crypt. Nothing good can come of that. Or something about like, oh, did you hear there's a guy in Windhelm who's doing the Dark Brotherhood, the Dark Ritual. That's not safe. Like there's few things that are introduced to you early on before you ever experience them, so that you're kind of prepped for them. This, you could have had like one of the guards somewhere saying, "Oh, did you hear about the weird runes that people are reporting seeing?" Or some guy came through a wall and like something mysterious. I don't know, just something supernatural sounding. So that's, here I am thinking, oh, steampunk stealth game, sweet. I've got grenades, I've got razor wire, or whatever it is, spring razors, whatever they're called. And then I take a nap, and it's like, oh, magic too. Okay, that's cool, but it's just surprising as hell. Right. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the oracular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut-purses, murderers, and worse. And the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. I'm actually surprised you didn't know about the magic. Yeah, Arch, I know almost nothing about this game other than that you're a dude killing people with a weird mask. That's all I know about it. I didn't know about the magic at all. I've taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs. And by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly, using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Daoud. In order to get close to him, of all of the practitioners of black magic we have tracked... Oh, here's... Okay. Maybe I could have read this before I took a nap or something. None concern the Abbey as much as Daoud. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Daoud still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed, years we now believe he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in hidden basements frequented by dabblers in the forbidden arts. Daoud is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the Outsider. Okay, we've seen the Outsider mentioned. Is the Outsider the one god dude who's given us magic? Oh! Ciara, you're right. Assassins warped in and out. That is somewhat magical. I kind of just thought that was like a shorthand for showing them being ninjas, but you're right. That's pretty magical. We've heard the Outsider mentioned as well. I'm not sure who the Outsider is. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin, probably very handsome, with excellent facial hair, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. The dude in my vision? Arch? I didn't catch that. I knew that he called himself something, but I didn't hear the Outsider. So, Daoud is a follower of the Outsider, perhaps. So when I do the blink thing... Yes, that guy. Thanks, Arch. When I do the blink thing, I probably look like that, right? I look like a smoke puff. Ah, okay. From a nearby rooftop, he gestured, and a noblewoman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Daoud has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather. Sweet. They're sexily fashionable. Dressed as factory whalers. Oh, never mind. Come on. Dark leather. And I'm like, yeah, alright, these guys must be really hot. And then it says factory whalers. I'm like, oh no, they probably smell terribly. And they're not dressed well at all. Alright, see you in a minute, Frankie. Oh man. They should have reversed those. Should have been hang on. He's been seen leading a gang of men dressed as factory whalers in dark leather. There, that wouldn't have confused me. Somebody order an extra sexy whaler. Oh man. That would be the bachelorette party of all time right there. The best strippers ever. Call me Ishmael. I'm sorry. This is silly. Sometimes the shit that happens in your head is goofier than anything that happens in real life. Alright. Dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Whew. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ready curtain, which is natural, yes, you're walking by somebody's window, you hear sounds, and you instantly decide, I better check this out, instead of just being like, hope they're not boning, and then being on your way. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trading haber weed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall. Sorry, I'm still laughing at the sexy whalers in leather. Which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Daoud was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He must have found a rune, huh? Took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Okay. Can't think of unclean wind and not think of a fart. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Daoud is an agent of the outsider and must die, for there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Daoud is dead, and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise, or don my overseer's mask again, till Daoud breathes no more. So what the hell's an overseer? I wonder if we'll meet this guy. And if so, I wonder if he's willing to dress up as a sexy whaler to go hard undercover. Field survey notes the royal spy. Mystical rat artifact. Sure. I'm sure that'll come in handy. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. I'm just thinking, this is a Bethesda game too, right? I just want to be the dude whose job it is to come up with names for the different months in all the different Bethesda games. You know where my mind goes, Chris. You've been watching long enough, right? Dude, Nightbot, give it a rest. Oh, sorry, Arch McGarch. Laughing's contagious. I didn't mean to go off like that, but Sexy whalers. That'll do it every time. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district. He's disgracing the noble profession of whaling. Yeah, can you imagine if out there there's actually like a group of whalers who aren't sexy? And they're pissed at him. There's like a whalers union. They're like, hey, quit sexying up our profession. We're trying to do a job here. Oh god, the stream's gone completely off the rails. Oh, okay. CR, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yep, just a bunch of average looking dudes. We're like, look, we're whalers too, and we want a chance with the chicks in the bar, and when you guys walk in... Pumpkin. Alright, everybody stop. No more talk about sexy whalers. I can't take it right now. I hope my family can't hear what I'm talking about right now. That would be the weirdest thing. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day removing the heads that need removing. Oh, the executioner's mute, okay. Oh, thanks, Arch McArch. I saw Bethesda in the credits at the very beginning of the game, and I just thought, oh, Bethesda game. I didn't realize the logistics behind it. Internally, the Empress, who is dead now, does not seem pleased with my investigations. Oh, this is from a couple of years ago, that's right. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine... Was that the Empress's name? Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protect... Oh, that's me. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wineglass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles. Yet her mother spoils her, and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing, or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Caldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it, mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. Yep, that's why, Chris, you're right. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Hiram Burroughs, Royal Spy Master. We met the Royal Spy Master briefly, though I don't remember what he looked like, and I don't remember thinking whether he was trustworthy or not. Good grief, so much to read. Early life and criminal record, Slackjaw. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street gang. Man, if I had a Cockney accent, I'd do it now, but I don't really. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now. But it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the Bottle Street gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed, dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy, or put down on the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was in the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little ones anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with the plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, because we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish. He was working his way up, running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all taking in a bawdy show at the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw, hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Hey, nice one, Frankie. Timely, too. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks, and Slackjaw actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out in the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins, and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hooks sunk into Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that, using his left hand, but he was a big guy, and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going, until finally it was just like Mike the Fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck it to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spreads fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. It seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market, another slipping and falling into the water out cold. One of the other bosses found in bed with his belly opened wide and a Tivian pear stuffed into his mouth. Not sure what that meant. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eyed Trish with one of the letters. All the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business, real neat-like. Calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus. Showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch, too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. This is a long freaking entry here. At first, it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick. Everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixir or spiritual remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good, but after a while there were so many people down with the plague, that everybody got scared. Everyone started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, which was literally like... Oh no, wait. I was going to say it was a couple days ago, but they said something about us being in jail for a number of weeks when we were in the one torture room. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over, and the Watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. Tall boys must be the robots. The War of the Worlds looking things. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We got as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch, with their taxes and rations. And that's kept us alive, so far. Crowley, Bottle Street Gang. Damn, what a freaking story. That sounded like something from the book Gangs of New York, which I've read and really freaking like that book. It's a great book. Of course, the Scorsese movie was based on it.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver.
River
as far
crust?
as the Rivermouth and Flooded District. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Basically, I think these journal entries are setting us up for opponents that we're going to see later in the game. It's telling us about gangs and this boss named Slackjaw that we'll probably have to fight. Tells us about the Spymaster and all the crazy shit he was worried about before the Empress was killed. I don't know if he was one of the conspirators or not. Seems likely that he might have been. Journal of Granny Rags. Another long one. Okay, here we go. Excerpt from the ramblings of a street denizen. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life were like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street where the neighbors are setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. First two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. Ugh. Look the fuck out for Granny Rags, everybody. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine, fine people. Vera more, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better, even. Your dinners are lavish, and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was still in my prime. Radiant, he said. He was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. I might want to reword that. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. Yeah, lots of lore. I don't mind it. As you guys know, I'm a lore hound when it comes to games. Read all the books in the Skyrim, well, not all, but many of the books in Skyrim that we came across. I didn't do any reading in Oblivion that I remember, apart from, quest-specific things. But read all the codex in Mass Effect. Reading all the stuff in this game. It's just, they did it. They did the work, right? They built the universe. Let's explore it. That's why we're here. Right. Okay. She found a weird boy. Bones of some boy. I brought the old bones home. Hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Who else did they say was mute? In the previous story, they said somebody was mute, right? Or was that in this story? No, who was mute? Who couldn't talk? Is this Daoud or no? Daoud isn't mute. Is this Slackjaw? I can't remember. This is a clue though. The execution. Oh yes, thank you, Ciara. The executioner. So this little boy that she's working with is the executioner, maybe. Granny, his eyes would say to me, "Carve these bones for me. Make me another present." And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now. Oh! Look! Yep, I was right. We were right. We were all right. My little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup, and then he was sick. Better bones was all. For my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So she killed her husband with soup, poison soup presumably, and then cooked him down to the bones, gave his bones away as birthday gift. That's what all the bone things that I'm picking up, I guess, huh? Are all from her. So now I'm old and don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. That's the gang, Slackjaw's gang. Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me, in the dreary night with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie. All right. Thoroughly creeped out. This is good. I like it. Does it matter which door I go through? Yeah, let's go out the other door and see what happens. Blood from the eyes!
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of seeds has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Stay loyal. This game is fantastic. I love it. Those three like journal entries, for lack of a better term, set a great mood, and I'm really interested to see how that all figures into the game.
Space for Samuel then?
If you like, but he won't use it.
Why?
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh,
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
Hello, I have a knife in my hands, but don't mind me.
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty.
Okay, pleasure talking to you.
good day, Master Corvo.
You know who I am. Oh, Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence daily. Cecilia, I'm down on my knees, begging you please to come home. Come home.
Corvo seems to have arrived in good shape. Much better than I expected, given what I've seen of Coldridge Prison. He seems willing to work with us, and he shouldn't lack for motivation. The man has lost everything. We'll judge how he performs in the field. And if I can, I'll find a way to test him personally.
Havelock Log Entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they have succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. Back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Well, how many times did I die? Like 3? Maybe 4? If so, then 1 in 5 was pretty goddamn accurate. I'm not going to take that because that's the dude's money and I don't have a reason to rob him. Excuse me. Admiralty and the Fleet. Excerpt from a book on naval history. Oh boy, this should be a blast. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship. And family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates, or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. Morley, we heard that name mentioned in one of the journals upstairs too. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River. Nasal fleets of nose-shaped boats. Where am I? What was I doing? Sorry, I forgot already. Coming up to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1. Excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Young Whaler. This isn't terribly long. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance. We spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually my own fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned. Tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Interesting. A little background on whaling. Oh. The hell are you doing, Cecilia?
Lydia and I trade chores sometimes, and I'm starting to think I never come out ahead. She's a smart one.
Excuse me a moment. I'll take that, sure. Why not? Wallace? Who the hell is Wallace?
Are you a nobleman, Corvo? No one seems to know much about you. By your bearing, I'd say so. Lord Pendleton's great-grandfather took a Sokonan chambermaid to wife. On second thought, the story doesn't bear repeating. Even the finest blood can go bad here and there.
It's a class issue? Somebody told me who Wallace was, but I forgot. I don't think I should mess with this stuff if he's in the room. You bounce a quarter off that thing, sir. Nicely done. Found his porpoise? I wish. Whiskey, eh? Sounds nice. Oh, this is where I came in. When I was like, ha ha! My entrance. There's the Admiral. That's Cecilia. I don't like Cecilia. Can I? I can't, I can dance. Doot, 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 doot. I want to sheathe my weapon. Can I do that while I'm just walking around? Backwards Javes. Jump, sneak, sprint, use. I've forgotten all these controls, honestly, you guys. I can dance, I can fight. Okay. Apparently I cannot put away my weapons. Da 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 da. Okay, if that Pendleton guy isn't around, I don't mind. I'll talk to Havelock here in a minute. Use. Use was... Shit, I already forgot what use was. My god, Archmagarch, you're right. Just feels a little weird to walk up to people and go, "Hi, who are you?" and have a knife in my hands, you know? Litany on the White Cliff. Oh, okay. Excerpt from a series of Overseer invocations. Again, the Overseers. By High Overseer Abram Templeton. Wait, the one Lord dude that was downstairs was Pendleton, right? Not Templeton? And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd. for the foggy, gray wastes of the outsider. Okay, the overseers then are anti-outsider, which I think we could have gathered from the previous overseer dude's journal who's after Daoud. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Sounds like orthodoxy, all right. Harpooners' songs. Excerpt from a book of sea shanties sung by sailors. What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? Early in the morning. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Slices throat with a rusty cleaver, slices throat with a rusty cleaver, slices throat with a rusty cleaver early in the morning. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over, stuff him in a sack and throw him over, stuff him in a sack and throw him over early in the morning. And then repeat way hey. Oh. Alright. That was fun. I don't know who it is I'm robbing here, but I'm robbing somebody.
Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver. As far as the river mouth...
Oh, god damn it, Cecilia.
Do not attempt to
It's
approach
freaking
or
everywhere.
destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Missed that door, I guess, the first time through. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Yeah, no being lazy.
Let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our
Cheers.
purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand.
Ooh.
It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you.
Thank you, sir.
I've slept by myself on summer nights.
Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can.
Rescue
He's a
Martin.
master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits.
Okay, got it. Rescue Martin. Also, sir, it occurs to me if my name is Corvo and I was once the Lord Protector, I'm probably well known by that name despite wearing the mask. I think from this point forward, everyone in our little conspiracy should probably call me by another name. I'm thinking perhaps I should go by something that no one would recognize. Something like, Smorvo. From this point forward, until Emily is on the throne, I will be known as Smorvo. No one will know the name of Smorvo. No one will know who I am or what I'm up to at any given time. I will be a legend. A legend in shadow. Didn't think to raid the bar earlier. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning.
Stay alert and stay loyal.
Hey ho and what?
Corvo. Hello.
Smorvo.
I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock.
Hi.
I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man.
With impunity.
There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter
Smithson
in circles
Hamilton.
is that Campbell just took delivery of
Smorvo
himself,
Smithson Hamilton.
and I think I know why.
Oh, I wasn't
My
listening.
uncle's
I'm
not
sorry.
corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle.
Ooh.
Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right?
Lord Protector, that's me.
Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
I don't like the word assassin. I prefer involuntary slayer. Well, no. I'm actually voluntary. It's the people that I'm slaying that are being done involuntarily, but... Protect her Uncle Jeff. Right. I'm presuming Samuel is taking me to wherever I need to kill the High Overseer. This game is, like, just looks awesome. There's always an aspect of games that aren't open world that kind of, dirt McGirt. Sneaky McMaskey. There's always an aspect of non-open world games that kind of disappoints me because it's like, I want to go see what's over there or over there, and you can't do it. But let's not let that detract from just how great this game looks. This is, I presume, dawn, or perhaps twilight, but I think it's dusk rather. But I think it's dawn because I just recently woke up. Right? It looks great. My computer isn't all that fancy either. This looks great, even with a middle-of-the-road computer.
About perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
Alright, Samuel. I will take that advice. There are some who call me... Pem? Oh, Pem the Enchanter. Brad! Where are you, Brad? Ah, Brad. I read that one. I read that one.
What can I do for you?
Upgrades and new equipment, I think. Samuel said I should come see you. Do I have more gold? I do have more gold now. Wow, look at that. Okay. I didn't pick up a pistol, though, did I? I only have crossbow at the moment. 6 of 10. Let's max that out. Max that out. What the hell? In the event that I get a pistol. Max that. It's kind of expensive. I could turn coins into runes. Oh. That's all my money, but I got everything I need. Thanks, Piero. Brad. I can't resist. I have to go this way before I see Samuel. I want to jump. Jump! Alright, that was terrible. I missed. Oh, hang on. Oh, I thought there'd be something up here. Nothing? Maybe something in the boat? Nothing. Okay. Oh, I could have just swum. I forgot about that. No! No! Let me... Ah! Ugh, I probably smell like trash. Do 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 do. Hey, Bender! Oh God, I went to high school with that guy.
When you want to set out, just give the word.
I'm ready.
To go? Just give the signal.
You just said that. I'm ready. What? Resume. What the hell? Why did it give me the menu? Oh, sweet! It's action time. Use blink to sneak by moving rapidly. Something. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction. This guy is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds the secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the Loyalists, Martin, is being held there. Free him alone to escape. So Martin and then Jeff. Something about Jeff.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp.
Okay.
Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. Then there are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts.
She sounds nuts.
I don't know which is worse. Just take the pick.
Mission clues. City Watch holds Clavering Boulevard beyond the first wall of light. The Bottle Street gang controls the side streets around Clavering Boulevard. Granny Rags lives in an apartment at the far end of Endoria Street. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's... I read that already. Yeah, rat meat. Optional, use the Battle Street alleys to get around. Okay, optional, talk to Granny Rags in her apartment. I want to do both of those. Can I?
Let's go. It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it. Keep them in the boat. The canal's got enough shit in it as it is. Good. Keep them coming.
Hey!
What is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Yeah, the little one.
Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Can I help somebody?
Ain't moving no more.
Oh, I thought that was like a hey, maybe I could help that thing that was the person that was still moving.
1, 2, 3, heave!
All these rats crawling all over everything.
Hey Walter, glad you're back. Check your bone charms. Uh-oh.
2, 3.
Bone charms. White rats won't attack you. Powers, effects slightly improved. Gutter feast. White rats can be consumed for mana. Ew, really? Drop assassination gives you a bit of health. How do I do this? Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. Probably useful. Swim speed increased. Breath capacity increased. Moderate keyhole peeping magnification. Delicate touch. Breaking glass sound is moderately reduced. Shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. Sure, fencer, that sounds good. 2 more. Let's go with that for now. Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate it.
What will I do now?
Huh? 1, 2, 3, heave!
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
2, 3,
Good. Keep them coming.
Should I talk to this lady?
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Disgusting.
Please
Ew,
clear the
foul-mouthed.
area when a motorized
Please.
carriage or
I'm a
stilt
bit
walker
shaken right now.
approaches on state
I saw
business.
some terrible things.
I think I accidentally robbed her.
Such vehicles will not slow or stop to avoid citizens
Excuse me,
obstructing
everyone.
the way.
Excuse me, sorry. My new microphone does not have a mute button, otherwise I would have done that.
All these rats crawling all over everything.
1, 2, 3, heave! One, 2, 3, heave!
Oh, shit! That's not what I wanted to do at all. I wanted to, like, switch to my, Oh, for fuck's sake. I meant to switch to my crossbow. Like this. Thanks, Fletch. Have a good night, Chris. I'll see you around. Meant to do that. And instead I did my speedy function. The heart. I heard the heart. Where's the heart? Give me the heart. How do I get over there? There's a rune, okay. So if I get another bone charm, that means I can do another one of these? No? Okay. Guess I don't quite understand it then. Death in the Month of Songs. Excerpt from a longer work translated from Old Circanan by Anissa Matteo of Circanos. She was shy in the month of hearths, hiding from my scented letters, a sun-dappled cure for my loneliness. She was smiling in the month of rain, eating figs straight from the tree, a dream of sailing around the isles. She was wed in the month of clans to her sailor cousin from Culero, a shrill bird drilling at my chest. She was dying in the month of songs, struck by a disease from the east, a terrible kiss upon her distant lips. Darren and Gwen. Oh, that was his story, wasn't it? Okay, let's switch away from the heart because it's kind of creeping me out. Alright guys, we'll be wrapping up here in just a few minutes. So there's a wall of light, there was a rune. You know what, give me the heart again. 90 meters that way. Maybe I'll find the rune
This whole place has gone to the
first.
Attention Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking.
Sounds like Vampire Guy.
That I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond. In addition, in this continuing crisis, the overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their services.
Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage.
Oh, is this Granny Rags?
All
Sounds like somebody. Sounds like a woman anyway.
I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen.
This is kind of creepy. It is Granny's. This is Granny's. Can't go. Oh, right. Okay. Hello. You're my friend, right? So I want to talk to her, is what it said.
Yes, I would indeed. I told you the knives go on the left. Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
I don't think that's Carrie Fisher. I know that Susan Sarandon is in this game too, and I wonder if that's not her.
Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage. Garbage, all of it.
Let us in, Granny. I bet you can't even hear us. Would you look at this?
You don't walk into Bottle Street looking like that.
That outfit must have cost a lot.
Maybe I'll let my girlfriend wear it.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
Someone's about to get shanked.
Fire bombs? Damn, son. Okay. How do I defeat fire bombs?
Granny, come out with me.
Let us in, Granny.
Will they come in on their own?
Blind, not deaf. We're here to do you.
Alright, two can play at the grenade game, gentlemen.
way. Would you look at this? You don't notice that.
Yeah. Oh, they're not all dead yet. All right, grenades work. I don't have a lot of them, but grenades work. The other dude just got blown to hell, didn't he? Yeah, holy smokes is right. Granny, I did it.
Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you. I got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come.
There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light in the darkness of every... Oh, God, that's creepy.
It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that slack jaw is the worst lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach him. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
What happened to Cuckoo? Cuckoo, Cuckoo.
You'll have to go, or they won't come.
Send us food, not bullets. Right. Was there something else? The heart was telling me about the rune. Oh, I could have come up here and just bombed those guys from the roof. Oh well. Yeah, we'll just try to find this rune. Where the hell is the rune? 26 meters.
I think the little birdies are sad today. Shoo.
She is freaking. She's creepy. She's everywhere I want to be. Who's talking?
Off you go.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on.
I told you the knives.
I
go
just
on
thought of
the
something.
left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen.
If I don't do, okay, so maybe this is the reward for doing the next mission. If I do this, if I take this now, blood from something.
Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage. Garbage, 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 garbage. All of it.
If I take this now, do I get in trouble with her for not doing the mission first? Maybe I should do the mission first.
Shoo. Granny has work to do.
Okay. Nope, hang on. Powers. So we did blink. We need more runes for anything else. Oh, vitality. Health is increased. Bye, Publican. We are about to finish up anyway. You've extended health bar. Level 2, you regenerate more health faster. Alright, so that's where we're going to end the stream, you guys. We'll do Granny Rags' quests. Continue looking for the Bottle Street gangs, guys. And go kill the Overseer Campbell dude. So that'll be where we end the stream. Until next time, take care, everybody. And of course, keep in mind that stream that I am trying to plan for February, God, what is it? 3rd, I think? February 3rd? I think it's going to happen, but like I said, go Vikings. That'll be one of the main determining factors. It'd be pretty hard for me to justify forfeiting a couple $100 or even more if the Philadelphia Eagles are actually in the Super Bowl. So root for the Vikings, everyone. Until next week, take care. Next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same bat channel. And I will see you then. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.